What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Every Week We Follow. You've got two people here who are slightly ill, feeling a bit rubbish. But hopefully, we can get through this with a nice, happy note because Villa at the moment are absolutely flying. What we're actually going to talk about here is going to be focusing on that question of, can we do it? Are we legitimate title contenders this season? Jay Barthroyd asked me this on Sky, and I went, mate, why not? I don't know why we wouldn't be. But first off, a couple of things. So we still have got the competition running for Acorns, so please do donate. It's £5 per entry. You can win this signed football from last season. There's also some signed memorabilia from Peter With and Brian Little. We will be getting that out and drawing that in the new year at some point. Please try and raise £1,000. I think we're about
come on, people. Please donate.
Gary, I was going to ask you how you are, but I know that you're not very well. So, but how are you feeling? I'm still so sad that I missed that goal, that I literally left about a minute before that goal went in. This is the last I'm saying about it because I'm actually very, very sad about it.
Well, Merry Christmas, you filthy animal. Right, no, my mate, I have been ill this week, but my voice just hasn't come back from the euphoria of that moment. And I know I'm gutted for you that you missed it because I've thought about this long and hard over the last 48 hours. And I have to say, I think that was probably the best moment I've ever experienced at Villa Park. The limbs, not just because, one, the result, we won the game because of it, right? Two, the reactions of the fans. I've never seen a togetherness of that. The noise, I had to hold on to Ava with one hand to stop her from falling out the back of the chair. I had Gaz next to me jumping up and down. I had the two guys in front of me. Literally, they jumped so high they were in front of me. I felt like I was holding them with the other hand. Like, it was just like it was absolutely crazy. And then I look on the pitch and the reaction of the players and the coaching staff, like, mate, it showed a togetherness that I just don't think I've seen at Villa Park ever. It was something that I'll never ever forget. And my voice is fucked. I'm fucked, but man, I have had the best football weekend ever. And the fact that we're even sat here going, could we win the league? Right? Like that. How are we even having this conversation? Like, it feels like a bit of a dream.
It's insane, and I think obviously. We've talked before, and I've said that I'm not willing personally to kind of like get on the bandwagon until after this Christmas period, after this December period. If we beat West Ham and we beat Man U and we get something against Arsenal, we do something against Chelsea, then I'm like, yeah, okay, let's go. We're halfway through the season. We're there. Why can't we do it again?
Yeah.
But until then, I'm still a little bit reserved. And obviously, I mean, you look at Palace. So Palace obviously won yesterday, and now they are like right on our arse. Yeah. And you're kind of sitting there going, so are they in a title race?
Yeah.
They're only a point off us. It's not like they're miles off us, right? I think the thing for us is just the form. It's not, what is it, 9 in 10 Premier League games now wins. Not drawing games, winning games. And arguably, if we'd just been on a little bit better on our day against Liverpool, we arguably would have got something from that as well.
I think that's probably the only mistake that Emery's made in the last 10 games. I think we set up completely wrong against Liverpool. But in Unai we trust, and I tell you what is really fascinating. Because do you remember when in the game I turned to you and he took McGinn and Arna off, and I was like, "Fuck, what are we doing? Like, if set piece comes now, like we could end up losing it." And that's us thinking, don't make us weaker.
We've been burned too many times. That's the problem.
Well, mate, Emery's on a different play. He's not seeing that. He's seeing Arsenal are fucking dead on their feet. Let's put 4 strikers up front and go for it. And like, mate, high risk, high reward, and that's what makes him the best. And actually, to see that kind of celebration from him and from the players and from the fans, mate, like I say, it's a moment that will stay with me forever. And it's a long way to go. And let's see where we are at the end of December, because that is halfway through the season. And these next 4 games are massive because, at this point, I wouldn't bet against us, mate, because we've been beating teams like in all kinds of ways. It's not like we're playing one way. We're suddenly kind of adapting and playing different styles of football and changing the tactics and changing the players, and like it's just working. Whatever's happening now, like that could easily fall off. But I just think that result breeds belief, and those players are now full of confidence, mate. Like, and whoever's playing in that midfield, like there's work rate being put in, and that is. Like I've said to you, like after the first 5 games of the season, that didn't seem like it was there, and I was genuinely concerned. And so whatever Emery's done, like it's just getting the players to buy into it and keep the faith, and like everything's going to be okay. But what individually, everybody is putting a shift in, and particularly that was Saturday. I couldn't like say about anybody on Saturday they didn't put a shift in. My only criticism is that Watkins missed that one-on-one where he should have scored, and that was it, really. But in work rate, he ran his nuts off. He made it difficult for the defence. Everybody did what they had to do, and we got over the line, right? And that is the difference with winning ugly. We've got over the line in this fixture, in a game that we probably shouldn't have won, really. And how many times have we said that in the last few weeks? It's crazy, really. And so, get to the end of December, like, what's to say that we won't win the next 4 fixtures? Now, Chelsea and Arsenal away, fucking really difficult fixtures, mate. But
I mean, you don't get much tougher, really.
But we're capable of going there and getting a result. Just don't lose the games, right? Yeah. I think we could and should beat West Ham and Man United after what, particularly. West Ham game's tough away, but they're not in exactly a great run of form. They're in the relegation zone. They're struggling.
Did they end up winning yesterday? I know they went 1-0 up.
No, they drew 1-1.
They drew 1-1.
Equalised. So, they're not like a relegation team. I think Nuno, I think they'll be okay. I think they'll get out of it, if I'm honest. But it's still a game that we should be going to thinking we should win this. If we do the things that we've done already. And that's what it's about, consistency, which we've always said, right? And now whatever's happening, we're finding that consistency in results, not necessarily in performance, because if you think back to the Brighton game, shit first half, brilliant second half, win the game. So it's about that consistency. But then Saturday, I thought we were brilliant, all but for 15 minutes in the second half at the start when they scored their goal, right? And after that, we came back into it. So, like, it's a fucking great time to be a Villa fan, mate. I'm absolutely this could be the best Christmas ever. The Arsenal game is the day before my birthday. Come on. Come on.
Mate, where's that Football Manager holiday mode? I just want to know where we are in March, April time. That's all I want to know. But the thing that I like is twofold. Is one, we're showing that character. We're showing that character being pegged back or going behind, and we're finishing teams off. So, like with Brighton, we went 4-2 up. At that point, I mean, it still got nervy towards the end, but we needed that 4th goal, by the looks of it.
Yeah.
And against Arsenal, we knew we'd probably need 2 to win, because they probably would get a goal. And when they came out in that second half, I was like, God, are we going to crumble here? Because they've just come out absolutely all guns.
That's only like the second time they've conceded 2 goals. It's us and Sunderland.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
So, well, I mean, we weren't going to score 3. They haven't conceded 3 in 108 games or something like that. So
but mate, we should have. We
no, we definitely should have. We should have scored 3 or 4. We had those chances at the end, but it's just it's incredible to see. And then the second thing is just the we don't see. So sometimes this season, I think we've made changes and it's felt a little bit disjointed. It's kind of fizzled out, I would say. Yeah. But I don't feel like we're weaker when we change the players. We don't even before when we brought on Barkley, or we brought on Onana, or we brought on Sancho, or we brought on Marlon or Digne or Bogard or whoever. I'm kind of sitting there going, no, I know you've got quality, and we know why you're coming on, and we know what you can offer, not just we need fresh legs. So actually now it's like we've got these players coming on who have these attributes, who I'm just like, like this is exactly what we need in the game. We need that bit of physicality, or we need that pace, or we need that. And it's just brilliant to see the amount of players now. Our midfield, God, it's so stacked. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, the only thing, like we keep saying, is a striker, a backup striker. Is what we need. If we can get Garcia fit, we've got a backup right back. It's the only missing thing at the moment for me. That's like, if we could just get that strike. And this is what's crazy. We talk about Ollie Watkins not like being fiery. He scored those 2 goals against Brighton. But mate, we're 3rd in the league without a striker who's scoring.
Yeah, it's mental. Look, two options got to happen. We've either got to do a little bit of business in January, which I think we will. I think there'll be incomings. And it's down to Ollie to produce the goods now. Like, if Ollie goes on and scores 10, 13, 14, 15 goals this season, fucking brilliant, right? He goes with the blessing. He can leave a legend. I think his time is coming to an end. I do, right? But
getting older as well.
That's not to mean that I don't value what he's done and I don't respect him as a player. Like, I know I've gone on hard on him big time, but it's only because, as a fan, how many times have I said that we're on the cusp of something special? He's not quite that player to get us there. Like, if we are realistically going to put in a title challenge, we need someone that's going to offer a little bit more up front in terms of numbers, in terms of goals. Right?
It's like you said, if he has got this niggling injury that he's now had for a couple of seasons, and he is like getting older, those injuries become worse. Like, they affect your game more. We said he's lost that bit of pace, he's lost that bit of confidence. Yeah, it does. It happens. It doesn't mean he's a bad striker. It doesn't mean he doesn't have the quality we need. It's just he's just unfortunately now not quite delivering what he could do. It's the same with like Salah and stuff. It happens. It happens to play. There's a point where it happens. It's not like it just gradually happens and he gets like, oh, this season he scored 12 goals. This season he scored 10 goals. This season, no, he'll just hit a point where he's just not quite there. Yeah. And so he's not getting those goals. And I think that's just where he's hit.
Well, Matt, I don't want what's happening with Salah to happen with Watkins, right? Because
I don't.
For me, Salah's done at Liverpool now. You can't be going out in public saying stuff like that, mate. Like, I think it's.
Ollie wouldn't. I don't feel like he wouldn't.
But for me, like, when players do that, you lose your legacy at a club. Like what Mo Salah's done at Liverpool, I think he's just undone in an interview. It's fucking stupid. Like, you keep that behind closed doors and you go and see the manager and you have a go at him. You don't say that to media. Like, that is a fucking mistake and it's disrespectful. And what it does in the time when Liverpool are struggling shows disconnect and disparity in their dressing room, and that makes it all worse. If I was honest, I'd say get on that plane to Africa for the AFCON and don't come back. Like, that's it. You're done. Like, there's no arguments about this. In fact, if I was slot, I'd be out this morning going, he's no longer a Liverpool player. We've terminated his contract.
He's forcing a move. He's forcing, like, there's no way. He's not. He's doing what he's not quite doing what Isak did, but from Newcastle. But he's
I wouldn't even give the satisfaction. I would literally just, if I was Liverpool board and manager after that, I would terminate his contract and say, you're done. You're fired. Right? You're breaching the contract. Like, you've gone against and spoke out publicly. You're done. And I'd tell all Liverpool fans, and you can say whatever, and like, that's not what you need. Liverpool need togetherness now. I spoke about this yesterday. By the way, new episode of Current Brewery coming out tomorrow. So it's like, and we said this at the start of the season, and I don't want to talk massively about Liverpool, but this is really an important point, right? Diego Jota died in the summer, right? And everyone has just pushed it under the carpet, and like, you crack on. Now, I don't care what you say. These guys are close. You see the togetherness of those Villa players. If you lose a teammate like that, mate, that is going to affect you. That's going to cause trauma, right? And I'm not saying it's solely down to that, but that will have an effect in that dressing room. And you've got players that have come into that dressing room that probably didn't know Diego, but it's going to be a hot mess, mate. Like, you feel it, like they're human and they've got emotions, and losing someone close to you, because Diego Jota seemed like he was well liked in that dressing room, well respected. I think that, don't underestimate the effect that's had on that team, and that's why they're not quite performing, right? So for Salah to come out and do what he's done, I think he's just not right, mate. Like, and they need to just get rid of him and start afresh. Because I've said, people came at me in the comments, because I'll stand by it. I don't think Salah's been good for 18 months. Yes, he's got the numbers, but he's a selfish prick. I wouldn't want him in my team. Like, he scored 29 goals last year. He should have had probably 40, and double the assists. And when you've got players like that, unless they are hitting those magical numbers all the time, right, then you've got to get rid, because ultimately you've got a team there that's invested 430 million quid in the squad, and now you've got to give the other players a chance. So yeah, that's my sixpence on Salah.
But just on Villa, going back to Villa challenging for the title. Now, we obviously had a bit of a debate with friend Josh, who will be on in a couple of weeks for the preview of the Arsenal game.
Yeah, he bottled it this weekend though, didn't he? Bottled it, Josh. You bottled it. Come on.
Nah. And obviously, like I said, Jay asked me the same question. Do we think that we are legitimate title contenders? Now, I'm very careful with my words, and I never said anything about that. I just said, well, where are we in the league? And they said, you're currently third. I was like, cool, there you go then. We're 3 points off it. And I said, so right now, we are in the race. Like, you can't, you can't say that anyone is not a contender if they're in and amongst it. I don't understand. It's like when people talk about you're a contender for relegation. If you're like 3 points off relegation, you're in a relegation battle.
Yeah.
So if we're 3 points off the top, we're in a title battle. Like, you can't argue with that. But the thing that everyone talks about is like Josh was saying about the fact you're not a powerhouse and all this stuff. I'm like, I don't get, why does that matter? I don't understand. Your history, your financial like power, all that stuff does not matter if you are not performing on the pitch and you've got a team who are performing on the pitch, who have got depth, who have got a manager who is a born winner. He's so detailed in everything he does. He will not accept anything less than 100%. We're going to strengthen in January. There's no way this squad isn't going to strengthen in some way, even if it's just 1 or 2.
Yeah.
I don't, like I said, the only way I can see it falling apart is if we get absolutely battered by injuries. If we get like 3-4 key injuries in December, then
yeah, and that could happen, mate. But you won't hear Emery moaning about it. You won't hear like Arsenal fans, we had 3 centre backs missing. You'll never hear that from Emery.
Yeah, we had 10 fixtures in the last million days.
No, look, like you say, we've just won 9 out of 10 games, mate. Right, so if we do that again, can we then start talking about it? But because like you're absolutely right, like we might fall off, and yes, the classic. Have we got the depth to go to? Like if we get injuries, probably not. But as it stands right now, on Monday, what's the date today? Whatever it is, right? I'm so confused. I've been partying all weekend. The 8th of December, right? We are fully in a title race. Like you say, 3 points off it. It's the other way around. It might come the end of December. It might not be like Chelsea were in a title race 2 weeks ago. It was all over Sky. Okay, they've lost 2 games, and now they're not right. That's how quick football changes quickly. But we've been very consistent, like in the last 10 games, and if that continues, and ordinarily we've always dropped off in December. But I don't feel like that's happening. I don't feel like that's happening now. Like, but what I would say as well, like it's about time that the media and particularly Arsenal fans, right, need to start putting some respect on Emery's name, right? Because it's getting beyond the joke. Some of the stuff I've read this week, or and in the comments we had in the preview shows and stuff about how he's just not a good enough manager. He's not an elite manager, and I just. Let him have it. Let him say that because, like I've said, something special is happening at Villa, and under him, we're going to do something special. I can feel it. I would love it for us to win the league, to just turn around and say "fuck you" to all the critics, man. It would be amazing to derail Arsenal, right? In the cockiness that they've got, right? It is unreal. In a manager that's done nothing for them, and if I stand by this, if Emery had been given the time and the money that Arteta has had, Arsenal would have been champions probably 2 or 3 times over by now, right? And that is, I stand by that, right? And that's because we've seen him at our club longer than he's been at any kind of top elite club. In that first season at Arsenal, he got them to 5th and won into the Europa League final, and that wasn't good enough.
It still baffles me, that does. It's like it's just a bizarre.
The level of entitlement, mate, is shocking. Like, I guess football fans are passionate, but like, let's have a little bit of realism. Like, we're sitting here talking, can we win the league, right? And maybe that is a bit far-fetched, but we're only talking about it because we watch them week in, week out. We live and breathe it, so you know what this team is capable of. And I wouldn't even be entertaining this if I didn't think we were capable of it. But I look throughout that squad now, and like you say, the only missing chink in that armour is an extra additional striker. And even if Ollie came good, that would be enough. If he can get 15 goals this season, that gets us into the higher echelons, mate. It does. That's what we need, right? Yeah. So, he has been in poor form. Those 7 goals in 36 games is not a statistic that you want to be throwing around if you're going to win the league. Like, it's just not going to, So if we hit those heights and we get that reinforcement, mate, I'm not betting against us. I'm not betting against Unai Emery because I think that guy has got the minerals to win everything, right? And so, will it happen? Who knows? But mate, as a wise goalkeeper once said, I'm a believer, mate.
Yeah, I'm a believer.
I'm a believer.
Just quickly though, back onto.
I'm a believer, not a trace. Down in my mind, I'm in love. Ooh, I'm a believer. I could leave her if I try.
Right. Anyway. Okay.
Sorry.
So
I went down a rabbit hole, mate.
Just wanted to bring on to. We haven't been on every week. We predict for a little while.
Mate, I've just got to say, right?
3 points.
Yeah, but you are like the amount of stick I've got for this because you buggered off to Portugal and just forgot about it, right? And I'm like, people have messaged me and gone, "What's going on?" I go, "Mate, I've got no control over it. It's all James. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I'll do what I can."
The only game I missed was the young boys one. No, Leeds. It was Leeds.
Leeds. Right, you've sorted it now, mate. Anyway, we're back on.
Yeah, I've sorted it all. It's all in here. It's all in here. So everyone, if every week we predict.com, if you want to sign up, jump on. At the moment, we've got like Carl of the Villa is flying high. He actually predicted a 1-1. He went pessimistic, Carl.
Mate, we went 2-1. We went 2-1.
Yeah, we went 2-1. We got them 3 points. I think Juice went 2-1 as well.
Yeah, well done, Juice.
That's why they're a bit ahead of us. And Aaron, he went 2-1.
Yes. Yeah. Come on, the Villa faithful. We know what.
Oh no, he didn't. About. Sorry, no. He went 2-1 against Leeds. He didn't even predict. He didn't do a prediction. You'd have been flying. Rossi got it.
Oh, well done, Rossi. Mate, you're up there.
Yeah, exactly. Is that your? Is that Ros?
It could be.
Yeah, I'm guessing that's Ros, right?
Mate, she's a blue. My mother-in-law is a blue nose, and I think I'm slowly turning into a Villa fan because she's starting to see the light that Villa are by far a better team. What a weekend! And mate, Blues got smashed 3-1 by Southampton, a relegated side from the Premier League. And I don't know if you saw, they missed an open goal, mate. I saw it this morning. I was like, I'm not going to do anything. I don't like talking about the Blues because I don't give a shit about them. But my word, it's just funny. Like, we're going to win the league.
It was a crazy week of football results, if I'm honest. Like the Man City game, us against Brighton, us against Arsenal, the late equalisers, like the Leeds 3-3. Was it? It was mental, like just crazy. It's just this league this season. It's just wonderful. I'm just and I don't know whether that's just because we're doing well, but it's just a wonderful league. Like anyone can beat anyone. There's upsets everywhere. There's no guaranteed relegation, people. There's no guaranteed winners. It's just mad.
Mate, you can't look at the Premier League as a football fan and say it's not competitive throughout now. Like it's brilliant. Like it almost feels like we have got the capabilities of winning the league because there's not a runaway person at the top. There's not the top 4 or the big 6 that are running away with it and the rest of us are below it. Look at, Crystal Palace. Look at, Brighton. Look at Everton. Like,
Everton. Sunderland, mate. Sunderland at 8. Sunderland. What is going on?
Yeah.
Crazy ass league.
But it's a year where, in previous seasons where newly promoted teams have struggled and not even got anywhere near it. It's brilliant. I'm loving Sunderland's journey, mate. Fucking long, mate. Continue. I mean, they got battered on Saturday. I was a bit disappointed in their performance because, they played so well against the majority of teams, but Man City blew them away, really. They had a couple of half chances.
That's the thing with Man City. I feel like Man City are really getting motoring now.
I know.
I feel like they're getting there.
And we all know that after Christmas, they'll probably fucking win every game, won't they? The argument I had with one Arsenal fan online was like, I'm still top of the league, kid. I said, yeah, for now. Like I said, it's not going to be us that's probably going to win the league, but Man City, mate, they've got the minerals. They've got a manager that's won it fucking every year for the last 6 years.
They were chanting, weren't it? I think just after they'd scored, or not long after they scored, they were chanting, we are top of the league. Say we are top of the league. And I was sitting there going, not for long. Yeah. Like, what's wrong with you? Like City are coming for you, and you're faltering. Like it's.
Right, I stand by Arsenal are bottle jobs. They haven't got the caliber of player that's got the experience or the mentality to get over the line. They haven't got any players in that team that have done it, that have won it, been there, got the t-shirt, that can calm. They should have got a point out of that game against us on Saturday. They should have. That should have been. And we were all saying, okay, points a decent result against these. They're a good side. Arsenal are a good side. I'm going to stand by that. I'm not going to say that they're not, but the delusion and the expectation of them that losing that game isn't going to falter their title challenge is stupid. Because all we've done is open the door to Man City. The fact that they went and then battered Sunderland 3-0, a team that have been playing really well. I thought that was a statement from Man City to say we're coming for you. We're 2 points behind you. Easily by the end of December, if Arsenal don't turn it around, like it'll be Man City's to lose again, won't it? And once they get in front, mate, you ain't catching them because they've got that fucking experience. Now, I'm hoping that we fucking, we're the thorn in everyone's side and just kind of sneak up, And everyone, look at who we've beat, in this 10-game run as well. Do you know what I mean? It's mental. It's absolutely mental. I still can't believe we're talking about it.
We talked about this before, didn't we? We said if we're there and we're like in a semi-final of the Europa League, or we're making the final of the Europa League, and we're sat there in like third, and we're like 3 points off the top of the Premier League, what are you prioritising?
Well, the league, mate, because we're guaranteed Champions League football. If we get to April, right, and we're in the top 4, right?
Okay. We're 3 points off top, but we're like 3 points off.
Oh, fuck off!
Or sixth, or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, as in, what I mean is it gets to that point, you've got to prioritise one. What are you prioritising? Now, the thing is winning the league, you can come. It's more than one game, isn't it? It's like you can come so close. You can lose goal difference. You can miss it by a point. You can. It's kind of out of your control. Whilst you
can miss it by goal difference. Do you know what I mean? That's the
exactly. Yeah. So you're it's out of your control unless you're ahead, right? Whereas when you're in like the semi-final or a final of a cup, it's all in your own hands. It is literally win this game, you guarantee that you get through to the final, or you win the cup. Like that's it. You guarantee it. Whereas in the league, you can't guarantee it. So and I just love, and even though it's not the European title, and I know that we've been giving Spurs fans stick for saying that they're European champions and all this stuff, but to see us just win something is just
of course, mate. Look, at the end of the day, I said it from the start. I always fancied us to focus on the Europa League because that's the best chance to get into Champions League football. The fact that the league form is so good is a bonus, and ultimately, that is the key. Like you said it on Sky, I said it on Sky last week, that Champions League football is absolutely essential. If we don't get Champions League football, regardless through either the trophy or league position, then it's a poor season. Now, obviously, the best case scenario is to finish in the top 4, win the Europa League anyway, right, and have best of both worlds. Because what I'd love is that statue to be built for Emery. Because if he brings silverware, I think he's Villa's best ever manager, mate. And I don't say that lightly. I think from what I've watched Villa for nearly 40 years, right, and I've never seen a squad with so much depth and quality that could actually go on and do something special. Like I say, apart from that striker role, the only thing that the 82 squad had against us is that they had 3 or 4 players that were dynamite in front of goal, mate. Goals came from 3 or 4 players. We haven't quite got that yet, and I mean yet, but we've got players that certainly can contribute, and it started to happen. Buendia, Rodgers, Onana, Tielemans, McGinn. These are all players that are capable of getting on the score sheet and providing us with assists and goals. And we just need either Ollie to start firing or a striker that's going to do it for us. And the world's our oyster, mate. So, what's there not to be excited about at this point? So,
I'm just like I said to you before, I'm just happy at the fact that we're just focusing on above us, not below us, and we're just kind of just going, let's just keep going. Let's take it game by game. If we beat West Ham, then why not? If we
there's no pressure on us, right? There's no pressure on us because we're not expected to be here.
I'll tell you what, we get to that Arsenal game, and if we beat West Ham and Man U, and they they've had a loss or they've had a draw, and we're full on points or 1 point off them, mate. The pressure in that game. Oh my God. Mate,
and Arteta's backside will be going like that, and Emery will be going, I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming squeaky. Right, I would again. I'm putting you back, Kevin. I would love it. I'd love it to take 6 points off Arsenal. Right, it would be fucking brilliant. So
we could take it off them. If we could beat City at their place as well this year. Oh, mate, just take 6 points off both those teams.
Okay, I'd take not picking up a point in December and just beat Arsenal at the end of it. Right, and derail them. Just that would be good enough for me. I mean, obviously, I'd love us to win all games, but imagine that, take 6 points off them, and we give.
Yeah, I mean, I points tally. I think anything less than 5. I think I'd be gutted
Yeah.
for these 3 games.
Look, I'm expecting 6 points from West Ham and Man United. I think we're capable of beating them easily.
I think we are. Like, that away game, it's just away games.
I'm more concerned about the West Ham game, just like I was with the Brighton game, than I am the Man United game. I would love to smash Man United at home. We owe them a fucking battering, right? Because they're shit. And like last season, we drew 0-0, right, or whatever it was, and it was one of those games that we chucked away points in my opinion. And we
only got a point from last season.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, man! Like we owe them a 6-point back, like drubbing this season.
Yeah.
We owe them that. Right. So I think that probably about wraps it up. But
the weekly
will be
thoughts.
back. So you will have there will be the Claret and Brewery episode going out tomorrow. We will also be doing a preview for the Basel game on Wednesday, and then Thursday we'll be doing a watch along for the game. Basically, guys,
you're going to see us all week.
Fed up of these 2 books. Like, you are going to be completely fed up of seeing us. You're going to be like, why are you guys still doing stuff? Like, just get off my phone.
If you're not completely fed up, hit that like and subscribe button. And hype us. It's Monday. You can hype us. Don't listen to me.
Hype it up. Hype.
Keep watching. Keep subscribing. Help us grow. We've had a really good week this week. I think people have tuned in, and we've had some subs, and after it slowed down a little bit, and views have gone up again. So please keep liking and subscribing. The support, honestly, is brilliant. It's great. Like lots of people said hello to me at the game before, and that it makes it all worthwhile, man. Like that people are actually kind of, I don't know, enjoying the vibe, mate, and that's all I care about. Like being, that's all I've ever cared about, is being authentic and real about what we're doing, and that's just having fun and talking about
that American and the Brit. You can just stay if you can stay away.
Keep your Henry the Hoover to yourself.
Yeah, that's weird. One last thing, just previewing something here. This is seamless. Look at this, seamless. It's not at all. Next Monday, we will be recording the Christmas quiz. Where we are getting a fair few people on. We're getting Neil from Liverpool McGrath. We're getting Rich and Sam from the Villa Park podcast. Sam from True Adventures is coming on. Pre's coming on. We might be. I'm working on trying to get AVFC Stato to come on. So Stato, if you're here and you're watching, because you're on our live, if you're watching, mate, it'd be great to get you on.
Invited to the Christmas
quiz guy. You'd be a very good quiz guy, I reckon.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it. Got picture rounds, anagrams, all sorts going on, and a couple of little debate questions in there as well.
Ooh. This is going to be fun. I'm looking forward to this, mate. I am excited.
Yeah, it's going to be really good. I have put far too much effort into it. Right. Okay.
Mate, you're a brilliant human, right? Just keep doing what you're doing.
Time and effort into it. Far too much time and effort. Okay. Right. Gaz, final thoughts on your weekly thoughts.
Weekly thoughts. Absolute euphoria, mate. I am still buzzing. I can't talk. I'm like, my voice is going, as you can tell. Again, I'm the fact that euphoria has continued into Monday is a feeling. This is why we love football, mate. This is why we do this. This is what it's all about. I'm so excited about being a Villa fan, and I always have been. But like I said, I have said for so long, we're on the cusp of something special. Can we do it? Would you bet against us? Absolutely not, mate. I mean, I'm going to try and sing. Right, so here we go. Bear with me. Every week we follow the boys in claret and blue.
We're going to win the league. We're going to win the league. You're never going to
believe us. Now you're going to believe us. And so, and also, mate, Merry Christmas, you filthy animal. I love my new neon sign. Like, I'm getting into the festive spirit. Peace out.